And football fans around the world just would like to hear a few words from you about how you feel.
Alhamdulillah.
Ben, well done.
Ben, where does this leave your football career? You ready? You look fit. You're ready to start playing again. How do you feel about what you've been put through and in the end been found not guilty of every single charge against you? 10 charges across 2 trials, 2.5-year process. How does that make you feel? Obviously you're emotional, but put it into words for us.
Ben, you're going to start playing football, yeah? Going to start playing football again, bro?
What about the support of the people who've supported you? I know obviously Pep Guardiola spoke up for you. Just a few words for your fans, Ben.
Welcome back to DLS Wave. As promised on the last episode, we plan to continue our conversation about men and women. So I think everybody saw the video prior to this introduction to our new episode. Why are more and more women coming out now accusing men in general, right? I mean, it could be athletes, it could be actors. Why are they making these false allegations against people who they literally know did not commit these crimes? Is it a shortcut to success? Is it for fame? Is it for attention? What is going on? So from here in Shanghai, we'll delve right into it. Welcome back again to our studios out here in Shanghai. So let's get right into it. So we saw in the prior video, right, before the introduction, about this athlete, footballer, we all know it. It's been around the news globally. Who was accused? It's been about 2.5 years, right, of this trial in court. So think about 2.5 years of a man's life just wasted. Finally acquitted. He's not guilty of any of the charges. So this begs the question, right? Why would somebody, a lady, a girl, a woman, accuse somebody of something they know did not happen, right? Is it for fame? Is it for attention? Is it a shortcut to success to make some money off of these athletes? Because of course we all know these athletes get paid a lot. Now going back in time, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, they've all been through the same allegations over and over, year after year. We do hear them. So let's find out what this is all about. So if you don't mind,
I'll start off by saying that I think maybe policies, different countries' policies that overly support women is what's causing some women to treat celebrities and athletes in this way. Because if you look at, there'll be certain cases which we'll delve into, and sometimes you look at a case, and even though you're not a lawyer or any professional to analyze it, you see a clear case of taking advantage of a vulnerable person, and usually it is a man who is vulnerable. So I think it boils down to policy and laws.
all right, let me put a different twist on it. Do you think these girls, right, they premeditate on these, ideas before getting involved with the guy? It's like, look, I'm gonna go into this relationship with this plan. I'll kind of drag it out and then, come up with something to help me get X amount out of this person. Or is it they get into a relationship with like good intentions? I really do like the guy, I want to date him, and then somewhere along the line they're like, I don't think I see it happening. So if I'm gonna bow out, I might as well get a good chunk of money before I leave.
Well, it is kind of premeditated, even if it's not. Their actions say so. Because if you're going in the name of love, although you might want, after leaving, especially if you contributed in a way to the person's success, you can demand or expect certain things. But if you look at the scenarios or the examples out there, it seems to me, I think most of them, they go in just because they know what they will get out of it. And to support what you just said or back up your point, it is because of the society they are coming from. You understand? So they know most European countries or the Western countries, they have this backing for women. They hear them and they do majority of what they say before the truth comes out. Right.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Secondly, like Eboye case, Eboye,
Yeah,
Emmanuel Eboye.
Emmanuel Eboye. He actually fell in love with the wrong person, you know, because they had kids, and you cannot tell who is a right lady or not.
Yeah.
Especially if they have a plan. So the plan, have kids, you bought into it. Oh, I'm in love. She's taking care, and the second thing that went against him was like he was not that literate.
Illiterate,
Right.
yeah, that's
Right.
absolutely.
He was
right.
not literate. So
And actually, in his case, they said it wasn't just after the divorce he lost everything, but even at the time he was signing contracts, his agents
That's
were
why-
cheating him.
Yeah,
not
But I
only
think
the
that's gone
agent,
for a
not
long
only
time,
the
yeah.
agent, the lady,
Right.
because the lady, he was signing contract, he couldn't read, or even if he was reading, he didn't have the time to read.
Or even if he could read, he didn't have the understanding of what he was
Good.
actually reading.
And then he actually trusted the wife, because at the end of the day, I have kids with you,
Right.
and I think most men would do the same in the name of we are partners.
Yes.
And we have kids.
Right.
So anything we are achieving now, it's actually basically it's for the kids.
Not
And
even
next
for the
generation.
kids. It's a lady because the guy is out there playing football all the time.
Yeah.
So you can enjoy all you
All you
How
want.
much more do you want?
One,
Yeah.
you know, but
it's
she
ridiculous.
played on his weaknesses or his inability to read, you know. So most of these women come in with a plan, and that is why it is always important to actually know who you are dating.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like that about saying they come with a plan, like you said, premeditated. So in this case, are there like red flags you can look out for to know, this lady's got like, you know, she's not really into it. She's coming because of what value.
I think there should be easy red flags because when you become a celebrity or someone who has money, and you go and meet a girl or a guy in a pub. I'm not saying that every pub goer or every club goer is a gold digger, but I'm saying that even the place where you meet the person, you need to be very careful because if you meet someone in a club, it's most likely this person frequents the club, and we all know that some, not all, some people or ladies who go to clubs are gold diggers. They just want to have quick fun and move on. So that alone is a real red flag where you are picking the person from. And that's why sometimes I admire people like David Beckham. He married one of the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
This is two wealthy people.
Yeah.
So it's most likely
Too
not
successful,
successful
right?
people.
Obviously, David is.
It's not
wealthier
likely that the reason is maybe they just want to boost their fame. I don't need your money, you don't need my money. So in those cases, sometimes it stands better than a relationship where you just pick someone up and a fan or something like that.
For me, I still go with they come with a plan because people, even a family member can introduce you to a friend.
Yeah.
But you see, behind the scenes, she might have talked to somebody. And this is, I want to put it this way: some of our women, or some of the women who do that, some of them they do it intentionally because it was a plan.
Right.
Some of them they get pushed, and they finally buy into it,
Right.
and they go ahead.
By family and friends.
By
or-
family and friends, by the society or the kind of friendship or the what is
Social circle they're
yes,
in.
the circle in which they find themselves.
Yeah.
So yes, some of them, and I want to give them some set level of credit here. Some of them truly come in because of love, and then they come in and they realize, or outside influence, there is an opportunity here. I can take advantage, and I'll be wealthy myself.
Right.
They don't actually think about what they are going to do with you, the damage.
Yeah.
So some of them come in with their plan. Some of them, the plan happened when the relationship is like
Maybe their mind changed
change
after seeing all the wealth.
I always say this. I've heard so much, especially traveling, and it happens to people, even not the wealthy alone. we know people in this Abroche or Befaminu or this kind of traveling and going for greener pastures and things. Some of our friends and our family members and they go back home, try to date people, and they think they are in love. They bring them. Some they invest in their education and all that, and then they come. They finally feel we are settled, and then because of the system, what you talked about, and then people in the system, oh, but you can still be single, but you get money from her. No, you get money from him. You understand? He will pay when you do this. He will pay, and that, and then you start to think, okay, I didn't have much. If I can come, be single, date whoever I want to date, as in when I need comfort, and I'll still get extreme money. Look at how you are looking at me.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of it.
And I'll get extreme money. And even if we have kids, I'll still be able to take care of the kids. They are not thinking about, they think about themselves.
Yeah.
So they are emotional. They don't think about the emotional side of the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they get influenced, or they come with their plan and they execute it.
Right. The human mind changes.
Yeah, but I like what you brought, like, what's the word, like proximity, right? It's like where you meet these girls, right? Do they play a big role?
Yeah.
Like you say, if you meet a girl in like a bar or a nightclub, right? Is it straight up a red flag? It's like it's a no wife material, right?
Not all
No.
the time, but
No.
it's a likely place.
Yeah.
It's a likely place, and that's why I think that, like you're saying, it's not necessarily everyone, but you're going to meet someone or pick someone up from a club, you should already start to think in that.
Yeah,
light.
because some of these girls literally just hang out where these
They know where these guys go,
where
yeah.
these athletes hang out.
Right.
Yeah, so that is why I say even people you know or people you know who has friends, their friends behave in a way. But I get the club thing. There are genuine people who also go to the club.
Yeah, because that's a place to mingle and socialize.
So
and
I
stuff.
don't want to
Yeah.
tag a certain place.
Right.
I just want to tag.
That's what I was saying. Some.
Exactly. That's
yes,
what
I
I'm
want to
talking about,
tag
proximity,
the
right? Yeah.
attitude. I want to tag
Right.
the attitude of those women.
Okay.
So that kind of attitude, yes, it might look like going to the club or certain places in society.
Right.
You can find those people there, but even in our churches.
I was going to say, even in the church,
Yeah,
you
of
can
course.
find
Yeah,
that one
right.
demon.
Yes. So my point is, it is so weird and scary that you don't know where you meet that kind of person.
Right.
You understand? Because there are people in churches who they've been how should I say, their lives have been changed
Yeah.
Right.
by certain men, yeah, and they've been so ungrateful, actually messed up the person's life, you know.
Yeah.
So you just have to, as a man, when you're going to date someone, you just finger cross.
Yeah.
You can look at all the red.
and hope that,
listen, their society, yeah. People can pretend to the extreme
Yeah.
to gain what they are looking for.
Yeah, most definitely.
So in the case of Ebue,
Yeah.
Mendy,
Yeah.
this girl, okay, with this girl, it's a friend. If you listen to the story, according to the girl, oh, my friend said you like me, we needed to meet, and then when we went into your room, you closed the door, and then you want to hammer me. It was just an allegation,
Right.
Yeah.
but she had a motive.
Yeah, of course she had a motive, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Because if she didn't have any motive, she could have said, okay, if you're taking my phone, you can take my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. All right, that's a good point to make. My next question will be, how does one protect themselves from these kind of vultures? How do you protect? I mean, you got the money, right? You got your game going on. You're at your peak. You're at your prime. You playing.
I was just saying it go.
You need a companion, most definitely, right?
You know, when
How
we're
do you
kids,
protect
yeah?
yourself?
We all Ghanaian
Yeah.
boys, yeah. When you're going to do something and you need luck, you do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Fingers crossed.
that is what it is with relationship or getting married to someone.
Right.
As much as you falling in love and you just hope and pray.
I get that part, but besides hoping, is there a literal thing you can do to protect
I'll take
yourself?
it from a different angle.
Yeah.
I think when you hit celebrity stage, you have to do things more deliberately. Sorry. Just like the other footballer Ashraf Hakimi, the Moroccan footballer. He registered his property in his mom's name.
Yeah.
So even if something happens and you take him to court,
Yeah.
he doesn't have much property in his name.
Yeah.
You know that this belongs to him. That Bentley is his. That Rolls Royce, that mansion in Dubai is his. But he's registering his mom's name. You're not suing his mom. You're suing the guy.
Yeah.
What does he have in his name?
Nothing.
So I think that one smart thing to do,
Yeah.
and I think he's opened the way for many athletes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big topic.
I was about to ask you,
Right.
how many people thought about it that way?
No, but the point is that right though? Because that was the topic of discussion. Is that okay? Because it's like you literally don't trust your partner you are with.
Well, I
But
think
that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say. So let me just come in. That's why I say you have to be deliberate with what you're doing. You know this is what someone might be planning against you.
No, but
So you have to-
that's what begs the question. Hold on, it's like your wife or your girlfriend would say, "Do you not trust me that much? Why are you with me and you pretty much doing this?"
I think you become, if you do that before you meet the person, then they have no right to question that.
But what if they say,
I-
"Okay,
if I-
we're together now, right? Can you bring everything
then I'll
back
think
into
you're
your
seeking
name?"
my wealth.
No,
not
but
my
he's gonna
person.
say, "What about our kids, right? What about our kids
No,
and
but-
everything?
but
What about
You
my
see,
will?"
people change, yeah.
Of course.
People change. Like with
Yeah.
Akimi's
Yeah.
case, a very brilliant case study. We say this. You have to learn from people's
You
experience.
know what I'm thinking? I'm just thinking what the lady might be feeling. What did I do? I chose the wrong person.
Good. You have to learn from people's experiences. And he's quite young. He has actually seen a Bue case,
Right.
and other
Of course, yeah.
professionals.
Yeah.
So maybe family sat him down, said, "Listen, if you want to be protected, because yes, you might love the lady, she might love you back,
Right.
but you have to be careful, because what you're building is not necessarily for you; it is
Exactly.
for your next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you let somebody come in and sweep everything away, just because of a boom boom, then
Because of a what?
continue. Then you're going to mess up a whole generation's
Right.
life.
Got it.
Yeah,
But
true.
I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Yeah.
Would you do that personally? Would you do that? Put everything you own in your mother's name because you're so paranoid or whatnot of your partner? Would
Not
you do
because
that?
of this case, but those who know me, they know me. I always have that thing that if I'm wealthy, most of my assets will not be in my name, and the reason is simple. In that environment, you definitely have haters. You have people who would want to come for you. So if you want to say safe, you put things in people's name where people, quote unquote, you trust them. Because if the mother is living, the mother can leave the will to me back.
Yeah, got it.
And I can also give it to my children or my grandchildren. I can even put it in the name of somebody.
Yeah.
So it protects you. And I would have done that. So in case something happens, like a Bue case, had he maybe had the brains, to will certain things to the mother, or I won't say will,
As
but
kids or whatever.
yeah, but kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though the lady has taken a chunk of it, he would have
Still
had
Had
some,
something
yeah.
to fall back
Right.
on. Yeah.
You understand? So
Yeah.
me growing up, I had that mentality already. So if I'm wealthy today, anything I'll get, it goes into my daughter's name.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Some few family members might run away with your stuff.
Sure.
That is a fact. But at the same time, it is better for a family member who has played a certain role, because
vital
with the
role.
society we come
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
not only your parent, it's the community that
Yeah.
builds you. So if somebody from my community takes my stuff, it will hurt, but I understand. But somebody I met somewhere, and because of my wealth, she want to take all that, or she has taken all that. That is suicide.
Yeah, but when we talk about it sounds like somebody you just met or dating. Let's talk about your wife. I mean, let's talk in terms of like a real, like,
Right.
Right.
matrimonial home.
Right.
would you do that? I mean, you're married. Would you still be putting your assets in your mom's name? Because
think-
in this case, your wife would have a legitimate reason to say,
some.
"Why don't you trust me?"
Some.
Right?
I'll do some.
Okay.
Some. And this is me. Some of my wealth will go into us, as in me and my wife, and then my children. Because at the end of the day, you are my wife. We have kids.
Yeah.
So any property you have or you are fighting for automatically goes to our children.
Yeah. No, but she's not gonna say she's not fighting for.
No,
she's gonna say, "You don't trust me. Like, why don't?"
It doesn't
you trust
matter.
me
At the
this
end of the
level?"
day, all we are making, if let's say I pass away,
Yeah.
it goes to my children, and that my children are your children. So yes, you're stealing from me just to hurt me. But okay, for me, if I was a boy, I'll take it this way. Okay, I've lost everything, but my kids are okay, and they are the reasons why I was working anyway. You know, just take the shame on me being stupid. But okay, my kids will be fine. I'm cool with it.
Right.
But it hurts.
No, most definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think for me, if you don't have kids and you put in your mom's name, I think it makes sense to some extent
It's smart.
until you are sure. You can't be 100% sure, but there will be some signals to show that okay, this person I think I can trust. Then you can get some of them back. But saying all this, also we have to remember that these guys are superfluously rich. They can't even finish spending all their money in their entire life. So if he puts some of the property in his mom's name for safety, I don't think it means that his entire savings is in his mom's name.
Yeah, but the mom
Definitely,
pays.
he runs his home, he has a house, so he will have some amount, say some percentage, remaining within his nuclear family. Maybe certain things that he thought that if something goes south, he can still rely on are the things he put. So no matter how much he puts in his mom's name, there will still be more than enough for he and his wife. And
No,
his
for,
children.
for that case in particular,
And then-
the mom pays him $200
Every month.
I'm just joking, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
$200. You sue me for to get $200
Right.
every month. This
Right.
doesn't make sense.
But I think that even if I do that, once I start having kids, I'll move the property from my mom to my kids. And I'll let you know that let's do this together for our kids.
Yeah.
I think that would be a smart way rather than saying, oh, yeah, because of trust issues, you have to leave it in your name and all that. I think if the wife is discerning, she will understand that, okay, we're not going to be around forever. Let's start moving it in our kids' name so that they are established.
This
Yeah,
thing called
correct.
thing called alimony in what do you call it, America in particular.
Right.
Not only in America. I worked with this old British guy.
Right.
That was 2010 or 20, and he was telling me he knows people he worked with who are in higher positions in the hood, in his area and stuff. And this is a British guy. Schoolmates who have left the country. They are in hiding because they could not pay.
Yeah.
Because most of the women took advantage.
Yeah, of course.
And they said, listen, Steve, my friends, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't have anything.
Yeah. So now, I mean, it comes back full circle,
You know?
right? I do concur with compartmentalizing, your assets and wealth and whatnot. But we come back full circle. Why do women? I'm not gonna say why do some women do that. I mean, why would you just make it an objective to destroy somebody's life, career, and you know what I mean? It's,
Take everything.
It's almost inhumane.
Yeah.
In Ghana, we say evilness.
Yeah, I think we can talk about poverty. Maybe the person's coming from a poor background, but to the extent that when it happens, you actually accept everything that the court gives you. That is a bit evil, I think, because you should think that a person also has a family. They have a history. They struggle for all that.
In the
property.
case of Ibu, it was literally everything.
And you just
They took
taking
away
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of Jeff Bezos, Amazon, he's probably the richest person on earth. Maybe Elon Musk now, I don't know. When he and his wife divorced, the wife got some ridiculously huge amount of money. But even after paying that, the guy is still one of the top richest guys in the world. So I don't care about those people. But this guy, someone like a footballer who came from a poor background, his whole, probably entire village, not just his family, depends on him. And then when a divorce happens, even if the law says everything else, you, the person, should be, common sense should tell you that, okay, I shouldn't take everything because I met this guy when he was already wealthy. So maybe I can take some for compensation and tell the court, no, I just want maybe 20%, leave the rest for him. Let's go our separate ways. So if you go to the extent of taking everything, I have no other words. You're just evil.
Yeah.
You're evil, especially when there are children involved.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, your kids, yeah, they will have a good life, but I don't know, but I will see a bad mother there.
Right.
Especially when I grow and understand how society is and things work.
Right.
So why your question is, why do they do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's evilness.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just-
because I don't think it's poverty.
No,
I don't think some of these girls are like from a
It's-
poverty-stricken.
yeah, there are people who sometimes use poverty, yeah, which is equally, I won't say it's okay, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Equally bad. What I'm saying is that even if you are poor,
Yeah.
the person has changed your life.
Your entire family.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
There's no case in the person bullying you or hitting you or like mistreating you. You have your £10,000 or $100,000 to spend.
Yeah, you go shopping,
Right.
you get whatever you want.
do your thing.
Yeah.
Like you live
The
the
guy
life.
probably earns like 80,000 pounds a week.
Thank you.
What
No,
do you
but
want
in
that he
this
can't buy
case,
for you?
in the case of Mendy, right, the allegations were pretty severe. We're talking
so-
about rape and
yeah.
assault.
So when we move to Mendy, it is just greed. 1, 2. They know society support women,
Right.
especially when they come out with grape. Then everybody jumps on it, you know,
Yeah.
without hearing both sides.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he was already
guilty before
guilty already.
proven innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the same media that has
put him in that tight corner.
defamed him.
But that goes on like a personal level. People are evil, selfish, they'll take advantage whenever they can. But the question begs, see, why are the laws also set out that way? Because I mean, if you look at the courts are the ones presiding these cases, right? And you look at a man who's struggled, who's built a career his whole life, and then you take everything he has and you give it to a woman,
Right.
right? It makes no sense.
I don't know the exact basis on which countries build these laws around women and divorce and all that. But I think that the fact is, personally, I think that if they should look at it this way, if a couple acquire wealth or property together,
Yeah.
then when you're divorced, I think it's a law in China now. It used to be like we're talking about now, but they changed it a few years ago
Yeah.
and said if a couple gets married,
They look at the history of the
they look at the
couple.
history. If you acquired certain property after marriage,
Before or after.
Yeah.
before or after,
Yeah.
that's how they're going to share it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. That's
Fair.
how it should be. So if someone acquires all his wealth before he met the lady, before they even started dating, not even marriage, then when there's a divorce, you have to look at it
Where they started
objectively.
from. Yeah.
If it was a guy's fault and it was a grave wrong against the lady, I can understand. You even in that case,
In
you
that case,
can't
there should be
take-
like a compensation package,
Exactly.
right? But
You
not
can't
like
take
absolutely
everything.
everything. Yeah.
to the extent that Ebwe was washing his clothes at a laundromat, like a public laundry.
Oh no, to the extent that his own home bought and paid for by himself. He had to work, vacate the
But
place
this is-
and give it to
and
the
that is
lady.
why
It
I'm
makes
saying
no
in
sense.
the Western world, it's common.
And
Yeah,
he,
it
was saying,
makes sense.
he was saying it and weeping. He was like, I can't even buy a washing machine
Yeah, but that's what I'm
for
saying.
like
It makes no
200
sense.
pounds to wash my own clothes. That's like dead low.
And especially, I know for a certain in the UK, people's life has been
Messed up.
Oh yeah,
destroyed.
Mr. Displaced.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
you know, just because there are so many incident I can give, yeah, where people go out of their way, get people from somewhere, bring them, get married, have kids, and then later the lady was like, oh, I'm not interested anymore, and then
Right.
government gets involved. Everything is a place where somebody have stayed for years,
And he bought and paid for it
Yeah,
by
bought
his
and
own
paid
money,
for
right?
it.
I don't understand that part.
you
I
know,
really
and then
don't.
they give it to the lady, and that is anyway.
For me, I understand when they say, okay, we're asking you to move out of the house. The wife and the kids have the right to stay in the house, but she should never sell that house because the house, you're leaving the house for the family. I'm going somewhere else. That's fine, but they go to the extent of even child support. The person is down low. she takes all the property, or the court gives her all the property, and on top of that, he still has to pay child support every month.
But
until the
we're
child gets
trying to make it
certain
look like
age.
this is a Western problem. But it even, I think with Dati Lamte, I mean,
Oh yeah,
Ghana
his case
legend,
was
it
like
happened to him the
horrible.
same
but
thing.
the case finally they decided that it was a wrong judgment.
Yeah.
They re went to court,
Instated and gave him all his property.
and gave him his properties back. And I don't know. You see, the modern society, yeah. No, let me put it this way. Europeans have this thing they call freedom. Yeah, and it is not bad. I'm not against freedom, but your freedom ends at somebody's doorstep.
Right.
You understand? And because of that, it has opened room for people to take advantage of.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, our society, before this court and all this thing, let's go to court and democracy thing.
You had to go to the chief palace or the shrine.
Before it,
Instead of like, yeah, I
thank
get
you.
it.
Before families will sit down, both families will sit down and discuss all this.
Right.
And whatever you are saying, forget about the Bible for a second.
Yeah.
They will tell you, you know the house we are coming from. We worship this shrine and blah blah. Are you sure he did this and that to you? And are you? That was why.
Yeah.
If you look at it, most of our parents back in the days, divorce wasn't common.
Yeah, because you had you had nothing to stand on.
Yeah, this was going to, I feel like we really conflate or kind of confuse freedom with the right thing, right?
Yeah.
I have the freedom to say whatever I want. I can insult you, say anything I want about your mom, but is it right? No. So the same way, right? You could go to court, get everything that I own, right?
Yeah.
But is it right?
No.
I've suffered my whole life to get what I have today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And regardless of my family, like you're saying, my brothers, my siblings,
Yeah.
I have to give everything
Exactly.
to this lady,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like the laws are really messed up. Why it's like that, I really have no idea.
And there's another thing that I want to mention here. If you're a lady and you're going in, we are focusing on celebrities and successful people. If you're a lady and you're going in
we also kind of successful in celebrities. So.
oh yeah, right. I got glasses. So if you're a lady and you're going in for someone who is already successful, an athlete, a musician, movie star or something, you should know that. You should know what kind of life you're getting into. Because some of these guys, they release one movie, he makes $300 million. Usain Bolt, he goes one race, he gets 200,000 euros for running 9 seconds. So you
I mean, well deserved though. I mean, they put in the work, so
put
they
in the
deserve
work.
them, yeah.
But you can't expect someone who is living with such income you cannot not expect this person to only talk to one lady. We have to be realistic.
Yeah.
Unless the person is like really God-fearing, he's not into that habit. But if someone is a celebrity, ladies are going to come to him. He's going to meet people, places he's going to meet classy people who might be better looking than you. So from time to time, as a human being, he's going to fall. He's going to maybe get a peck somewhere. He's going to get a text message. So you don't just go and see a text message from a lady and then you blow it up and bait. And sometimes if you follow these cases, rape is justifiable. But sometimes the reasons are like you were talking to some lady.
Most of the divorces are like...
And flimsy excuses.
Literally what nothing.
And the person loses it. So my point is, if you're a lady and you're going in for a celebrity, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Expect some of these things to happen.
Yeah, but that's
If you
it's like
can handle
divorce
it.
rates are really, really high now, and it's one of the things because I feel like women now know what they will get out of the divorce.
Right.
So it's they don't really try extensively to make it work.
Especially,
Right.
especially.
Like you were saying, I'll just relax. Whatever happens, I know I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
especially
care.
in European countries and America. They I'm not saying, but if you look at the cases, if you look at the scenarios, it's too much.
I like that because sorry, no, I'm not cutting you short, but
You
do
cut
we
it
see
short,
those things
which is
happen in
fine.
Dubai or Qatar? You don't hear those things like
No, but I think it's just because, like I said, right? At the end of the day, people divorce, and you listen to it, and you're like, It's not really a big deal. Right? There are some instances that you say
that
they are
are
extreme,
extreme,
right? Okay, abusing the wife, it's not acceptable. But some instances, you're like, can't you work it out?
Why did you hug her?
No, because
she's
when
more
you were
beautiful
saying
than me
your
or
vows,
something?
what did you say with your vows? Till death do us
Okay.
part. But in extreme cases, abusing, it's not acceptable. But in certain cases, like cheating, can't you resolve it? Can't you talk about simple, like, domestic problem? Can't you resolve
get
it? Why are we quick to resolve to
I even
divorce?
get the point that you are not willing to forgive the person.
Right.
You cannot you cannot see yourself going to bed with that same person again, and whatever be the reason you want to leave your marriage, it is your choice.
Yeah, it's your choice. Yeah.
Freedom of
Choice.
decision.
Right. Yeah.
Freedom of decision.
Yeah.
I call it. You can make it, but at the same time, don't try to ruin the person's life.
Yeah.
And that is where I have the problem.
Right.
But I think that is where the revenge comes, because they feel hurt. They're also trying to pay you back. Like they say, hurt
Especially
people,
when
hurt
you
people.
know you've
Right?
not contributed a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's the whole point, that you hurt them so bad they want to hurt you back. I feel like that's the only way to get back at you. All right.
Secondly,
Yeah.
the last thing,
No
the
worries.
revenge thing. They will go to that extreme with that revenge because they know the system supports.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's just
whatever they go to the system and says to back up their reason of walking away from the relationship and asking for that kind of money
Yeah.
or wealth or property,
Yeah, they will get that
the system
unjustified
is
support.
there to support.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, we ran out of time. All right. So my next question is going to go to both of you, and we can probably wrap it up for this episode. Do women like these? Do they have to get penalized, right? If the verdict comes out and we find out everything they were spewing were lies, should they get jail time? Because you literally messed up somebody's whole life. Should they be accountable, or should they be held in jail or whatnot? Or should they compensate the man? I mean, some of them might not even have anything worth
That's the
to
thing. That's the
compensate
thing.
the man. But should they
Sometimes
get some jail time for it?
that's the thing. Sometimes they don't even revisit these cases. They just do
Sweep
it
it
and
under
that's
the
it.
carpet.
Yeah, and
They
that's
sweep
it.
it
Yeah,
under
he's
the carpet.
acquitted and that's it. Case
Yeah,
closed, right?
exactly.
charges.
Or sometimes they agree on certain terms behind closed doors,
Right.
and then they leave it there. But my thing is, if I have to go with the question you asked here, yes, they should be punished because it will set as a
The precedence, yeah.
Yeah.
for other women and even other men.
Yeah.
Because in everything, when a man does something silly, he get punished for it, so that
Other men,
society
yeah.
will learn from it.
Right.
But it seems to me that most of our women get away with it, and that is why we keep seeing this thing happening to. If it wasn't for
Perpetuating
Hakimi,
to our society, yeah.
I think most footballers now and the younger ones coming, their families will go like, listen,
Let's do this.
look at
Yeah.
Hakimi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at Hakimi, look at Mendy, be careful of the friends you invite around you.
Right.
When we were talking about that earlier, I was like, I wanted to say, you have to know the people. You have to be careful of the people that you invite.
Right.
Because not all of them come with the intention. Because I'm diverting a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
You will see a celebrity,
Yeah.
He will go somewhere or she will go somewhere, whether married or not married. Go with friends, have party, footballers especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing these balloons. It's a bad habit, but they trusted the people, the company they were in. But the video will come out.
Yeah.
So it's the same when it comes to dating these
Yeah.
women. You have to not because Janet introduced Erica to me or Erica introduced this other lady.
Yeah.
Then oh, I'm just all in and I can try certain things because some of them they just okay. I've been introduced. Let me just go. I play this role. If it doesn't go, I don't like it. I don't like. Put some camera somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, touch me. Look at my face. You see. So she will just go and then take you to court because she knows that they will just look at that thing
Yeah.
and what she's saying because they're caught back. So you have to know your surrounding. You have to be careful.
Right.
But
Right.
how careful can you be anyways?
Right. I think, like you asked, I think there should definitely be some punishment. I don't know if it should be jail or whatever, but there should be some form of punishment. It's defamation, and it's lying. I mean, if you accuse someone wrongly, it's a crime. So you should be punished for it, not based on you're a woman, whatever. But I think the punishment should also be a bit sensible. If there are already kids involved, the woman has to take care of the kids, so you can't put a person away for like 10 years or whatever. So it should be on a case-by-case basis. But I think there should be some form of punishment, because you can't lie against someone in a grave way and go scot-free.
Yeah, it happened in Johnny Depp's case. The same thing. Amber Heard, I don't know if she did it personally to herself. She had this
bruises all
bruise,
over.
and was like, there were cameras all over the place. And in the end, there was no evidence the guy did it, right? So for a person, I don't care if it's a man or woman, right, to go to this extreme to destroy somebody's life, that is really, really evil.
Yeah.
So in this case, I feel like they should get some jail time.
Right.
So let's just throw numbers out there. How many years do you think?
So let's use Johnny Depp's case for
Reference.
reference. Yeah. Reference. Sorry. How long do you think if he was found guilty, he would have gone for?
Exactly, right. I'm gonna think not less than 5 years, probably 10 or more.
So the same should be given to the lady.
Right.
Because you try to put somebody away.
Yeah, because it was a big
sincere
charade.
person,
Yeah.
somebody who is just trying to be a husband.
Right.
But
So-
the crazy part of that case was like the whole time the girl just kept antagonizing the guy. It was almost like he just
So
wanted
give
the guy to kind of like
give
trip.
her, because in this current society, everything is woke. Yeah, we all woke, and they want to. We are equal, and so if you're equal, and a man will go to jail, send a man
do
to
the
jail
same.
Yeah,
for
they
10
should get
years,
the same
then
amount of time. Yeah.
I don't see the point.
Exactly.
You know?
I will still stand by no specific time period. I think it should depend on the situation of the
Yeah,
family,
the severity of the case. Right?
severity of the case. If kids are involved,
Yeah.
it's gonna also disintegrate. It's going to also affect the future of the kids to know that they're growing up. Their mom is in prison for 20 years for something that may not be so deserving of that amount of time in jail. So they definitely depend. It should depend on the judge or the jury how they interpret the case and the situation they are in.
Yep. All right, folks. So to wrap things up, I feel like this is why a lot of men are scared of getting married now, right? Because if you keep hearing and seeing all these stories, right, what is really the benefit or the motivation for men to get married?
Right.
Because everybody becomes paranoid.
Right.
And then the same women would say, "Oh, men are not. They're not." So I've been looking for guys. I've been looking for a good guy. I cannot find any men because men now are getting scared. Because you don't work your whole life, your whole career, just even if you split it 50-50, you still don't feel like it's a fair judgment.
Yeah.
So, ladies, over to you. Drop us a line, share, like, subscribe.
Maybe we're just being biased. We don't understand the
Possibly,
ladies'
but
point of view,
I mean, the evidence speaks for itself, right? This is not something we just conjecturing. It's out there in the news, right? The guy got acquitted over 2.5 years of trial. He was not working, was not playing football, right? This guy used to play for Manchester United, right?
I think Arsenal. Oh no, Hakimi, Manchester City.
Was Manchester City. Sorry,
Yeah.
I think City or whatever. I'm mixing them up. But you gotta understand what it takes to get to.
Benjamin Mendy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand what it takes to get to these kind of teams, right? I mean, think about the hard work, the years of sacrifice, family sacrifice, sacrificing kids, right? So it's really like, I don't know, it's a shame, it's disgusting, it's distasteful for anybody to do that to another fellow human being, right? Accuse them of something they're absolutely innocent of. All right, fellas, so drop us a line. We'll see you back on the next episode of DLX Wave. Peace out. See ya.
Catch the wave.